Good morning, business networkers. Today is Saturday, July 26th, and I am here to help you cook up a course with ChatGPT and networking. So, this is for business networkers, and I want to do this course almost like a cooking show because, in my experience with media as a media messenger and as a business networker, I've learned a lot of things, and I've been doing it for decades. You'll learn more about me as I go, but what I really want to do is initiate a way of what I call cooking up a course with ChatGPT networking. And when I say ChatGPT networking, I mean using it across the spectrum of all of the offspring of ChatGPT. It may be Perplexity, it may be Copilot, it may be Claude. There's so many different ones. So that's what I want to do is kind of define what I'm talking about, first of all. Now, I own a property in Lafayette, California that I have dubbed the AI Super Campus because it is where I used to run my marketing company and had many employees over the years. And I have a beautiful property in Lafayette, California. And my goal is to include you in my journey toward using the property for training people all about how to become AI activated at any point in your life. If you're a younger person or older person like me, to become an AI activated ager and using AI to learn and to go through life as gracefully and using awakenings as your purpose in life to become a media messenger. I've had many stark awakenings that kind of rocked my world, and we've all had things that have really kind of shook our foundation. So I want to help create daily simple solutions. The purpose of my courses and what I'm doing in my AI activated journey is to use it for energy. It's amazing how much energy I get myself, but that I've learned from other people how it energizes them, almost like a 5 hour energy drink, for lack of a better term. So, anyway, what I want to do is I want to show you how to cook up a course, even on a daily basis if you want to, but at least get your courses up on my preferred course platform, which is the Great Discovery. And I also want to focus on two terms, what I call the story of the two lanterns. The first lantern is ChatGPT networking to help light up things right in front of your eyes, your next step, as you move forward into your journey into the world of AI, where I want to help you learn how to survive and thrive in the world of AI. Now, the first thing I do, as you might see up there at the top, is I send my wife a daily love letter, her morning kiss from me. And that's part of what I am doing with AI as an AI activated ager. So I've had a long-term relationship with my wife, Nance, and I love her dearly. And so it's fun to wake up every day and send her a little love letter about things that, we see and go through life in our busy lives. So what I want to do in this cooking up a course creation series is to address one person because I think that's a better way to communicate. Now, every day I may address a different person, but I want to address my longtime friend Ron, and I'll be sharing more about him, but I'll be talking to Ron today about creating his origin story, which is fascinating. He's one person, and everybody has an origin story. I have an origin story, but I don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about you. So we're going to go through how do you process and create a recipe, a multimedia recipe that you can follow almost like a cooking show step by step. So for me, the first stop is ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is where I really learned about AI. I'm kind of a typical business networker, and we'll go into that story a little bit more. But this is where I like to start using ChatGPT to create some communications and starting here for a prompt. And as I've input right here, that I want to create a new course about ChatGPT networking and media messengers. Now, I've been a media messenger since um, I, I started learning how to become one since I was 22 when I started at NBC TV and radio networks in New York. So I've been at this for decades and decades and decades, and every aspect of media I've been involved in. I've published magazines to broadcast, and I really want to help people to learn how to become media messengers to broadcast their message to millions. And what platforms can they use to gain opportunities, and also how to use networking. So to me, lantern number one is ChatGPT. Lantern number two is business networking. Why business networking? Why is that so important? Especially, I think, starting locally, which is where I like to focus, because this is starting locally for your ideas, even if you want to go global, is a great idea to use it as a local incubator to get traction, to get feedback, to fine tune it, to improve it, and to really get legs underneath it so it's sustainable and something that can really help you grow. So those are the two things that I want to focus on is ChatGPT for networking, or what I call ChatGPT networking to simplify things. Now, I do have the free AI Super Campus, and part of my journey will be to turn it. Today is July 26th, to be able to transition the AI Super Campus over the next, say, 6 months or so into a legitimate nonprofit. It is not one now, it's simply free. But the vision and the mission and the journey is to turn it into a nonprofit. Now, I believe in networking. So I want to encourage people when you are doing anything, add networking to the mix to put it out there. Maybe people know people who can help me avoid mistakes in transitioning into a certifiable nonprofit, because I'm not one yet, but that's part of my journey. So I want to put that out there, and that's part of the teaching and the coaching to put things out to other people. Don't keep your goal or your mission to yourself, but just share it with people so you can get feedback, and you'll find friends along the way that can add the light of their lantern into your project, and it'll keep going and growing. So let's start here. Now, I'm going to talk to my friend Ron. So Ron has been working with me for a long time. He is a professional. I'll share more about his story, but let's get started by talking to Ron how to cook up a course for sharing wherever. Ron likes to work on LinkedIn and he likes to share stories. In fact, he just got back to me yesterday that he had posted a story that we created together on LinkedIn, and he got a response and he wants to introduce me to somebody. So I'm going to get back to that today. So anyway, let's get started without further ado. First step on cooking up a course for our cooking up a course platform is ChatGPT. Now this is my choice, but there's many, many others. So and I'll be looking at them and I'll be going through them, but I'm going to start here. If you have a preference for a different one, fine, no issue. So let's get started. So I put this in. Now I'm going to put in today's prompt and I will continue to communicate with ChatGPT as we are getting text feedback. So cooking up kind connections to become an AI activated media messenger. So this is what I'm getting from ChatGPT and I'm sharing with you. Now I'm really, think about this. I am now using this as a teleprompter as I'm creating this course. So I'm actually creating two courses today because I'm a pretty savvy broadcaster. So what I'm doing is I have a course that I created on a Zoom meeting with Ron, because every Friday at 8 a.m., and you're all welcome to join me at 8 a.m. on Friday. And I'll repeat that the easiest way to get connected with me is simply going to aisupercampus.com, registering free with just your email. That's all you need. No money, no nothing else. Simply your email so we can connect. And then you'll be receiving updates as we get organized and get the free AI Super Campus and its eventual nonprofit really functioning at a maximum level. Right now, I'm using a couple of platforms. One is called The Great Discovery, and I've been there on it for a long time. I was an original affiliate of the Great Discovery platform. You can register free. Ron is registered on the Great Discovery, so he is a learner on the Great Discovery. So let's go through and what I've cooked up here. So this is a place to start. I'm creating a course for the Great Discovery to help people learn how I have created more courses on the Great Discovery than I believe, last time I checked, probably twice as many courses as anybody else. So if anybody's on the Great Discovery, and if you are struggling to create courses, you're in the right place. Absolutely, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it with some pretty mind-boggling AI platforms. Gamma is the one that I use regularly. I absolutely love. I get amazing support from Gamma. That's gamma.app. I am an affiliate of Gamma, full disclosure, but it's cheap. I think it's about 15. I'm going to guess it's about 15 bucks a month. And I haven't received a penny from Gamma as an uh, affiliate, but it's nice to know that I can. And if this works out and you want to use Gamma to create your courses as I do as PDFs, which is my preference for posting the fastest way that you can possibly post a course, even in as little as a day. Gamma for me is a great way to do that. So, that being said, now you've seen that I've gotten a response from ChatGPT, and as ChatGPT is telling me, let's get started. So, these are the things that ChatGPT can do for me. It can break it into slides and Gamma presentation outline, recipe cards. That's cool. I hadn't even thought about that. I love that. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just learning transparently because I'm a learner. Trust me. And I learn from networkers. I learn from Ron. Ron has given me such amazing advice, and he's not an expert at ChatGPT or AI. And guess what? Neither am I. I'm an expert at media marketing and broadcasting, but I continue to learn. And anybody who thinks they're an expert, they're in for a wake-up call because nobody is a fully cooked expert because it's changing so fast. We're all half cooked, okay, or half baked chefs, I guess. So anyway, let's get fully baked here. Let's bake a course. Let's cook up the next part. But I love this. See how I'm learning together. You can get a script video and audio segments. This is a free account on ChatGPT. And I use free accounts for a reason because I want to be every man and I want to help every man. And that means I want to use free accounts because I want to help anybody and everybody who's open to receiving it. So ChatGPT is telling me, let's get going. Okay, let's do that. So now I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Right now, I could talk to ChatGPT, and I will in a minute. But first, I want to ask ChatGPT to help me get ready for the next step in the recipe. In fact, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to cook up recipe cards. That's new for me. So this is part of what I'm learning. So Ron, this is the advice I've gotten, so I'm going to use that, and let's see what happens. And then this could maybe help me, and I will give it a little direction or fine tuning, as it's called. Okay, so ChatGPT, and now I'm dictating into it. I would like you to combine a recipe card and a gamma presentation. Put those two things together for me because that's the next place I want to go. I'm going to ask you to create a prompt that I can put into gamma for the multimedia visuals that I want to be able to help people do to create their course with gamma to create a PDF, which is the easiest thing to post on the Great Discovery course platform. But if you're not interested in creating courses, but you are interested in business networking, you are also in the right place because I teach people how to learn to love local networking as a great way to get traction for anything that you want to accomplish. So Let's put in this prompt. Okay, now you could call it cooking up kind connections, cooking up kindness connections, but I think a kind connection is good, either one of those things. But that's the beauty of ChatGPT. It makes communicating kindness and communicating in a kind way, no matter how opposed you may be to the position of the person you are communicating with. So let me kind of put this in to recording a course right now. And I want to say to both the audience and to ChatGPT and to Ron, we talked about this. My firm belief from my experience that ChatGPT provides an amazing media messaging communication filtering system. No matter how challenging the communication may be, if you put it through the lens or the voice of ChatGPT, it will communicate it in a non-threatening, reasonable, logical, painless way. So I believe it can bridge the great divide between people of different political or religious beliefs, no matter how extreme they may be. ChatGPT is the great equalizer, the great neutralizer to find common ground. And when we come together to become AI activators and AI media messengers, if we have an attitude of being kind enough to help other people who we don't agree with to find solutions, simple, everyday solutions to everyday problems to survive and thrive in the era of AI. No matter where we disagree, why don't we agree that we can all help each other learn to survive and thrive, no matter who we are or where we are in the new era of AI? So I've just put that in, and you can see I'm already creating great text. Now, everybody's different. Some people like to learn by text. One thing that I want to say, if you find this boring, I understand. I don't like to be stuck in Zoom meetings. So I really, really want to encourage people to consider podcast listening on the go for learning on the go, to learn deeper. And even if you don't like being stuck or you don't like listening to me while you're stuck, at least maybe take it out for a walk. And I'm going to show you how I can create podcast listening on the go, because we're going to be baking a full course today. And we want to create podcast listening on the go so that you can listen while you're busy doing other things and be absorbing, almost like osmosis in sunlight. So you're taking in new information as you're walking, even if you don't want to sit and watch, or you can come back and watch the course if it is of interest to you and if you want to be a course creator. So let me take this now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all of this like this. And this is how I am going to copy and paste this. Now I am going to move over to the Gamma app to process the next step of this communication. So I'm going to put this recording on pause, and I am resuming the recording now on the Gamma app. So now this is gamma.app. Like I said, I am an affiliate of Gamma, and I will be sharing my Gamma affiliate link to help me to fund the AI Super Campus of teaching people ChatGPT for networking, aka ChatGPT networking, for to learn to love local business networking and becoming a media messenger, a course creator, whatever you want to do with learning ChatGPT from the AI Super Campus. My goal, just so you know, now you see how visual this is? This is a visual creating platform. And you can see I've created many, many, many gammas here, and there's even more, so load more. So as you can see, but this is where I come. This is my preferred platform because it's cheap, There is a free account, so you can start with Gamma with a free account, and that's what I'd like to encourage you to do. Just go to Gamma app and try it, see if you like it. But I'm going to show you what I do, and we're going to see what today's updates are all about because everything changes. So I'm going to click on generate, and you probably wish I had created the recipe card. So I might go back to and look at that. We'll see what comes out here in Gamma. So now personally, I'm gonna go to create a website because Gamma will do two things. It will create a PDF, a presentation. You can create a document. You can create social media marketing. You can do an awful lot of things on Gamma. I'm going to try and keep this simple for specifically for Ron and for people who want to become course creators on the Great Discovery platform using specifically PDFs. But this is where I start so that I own residual content as a website, even if I choose to print it as a PDF to post on the Great Discovery platform. So now okay, so this is where I start to personalize it. I'm going to stick with 10 cards. I could go to 12 cards if I wanted. Let's say I'll do 12 cards. And now I'm going to put in my prompt that I got from the Great Discovery, or I'm sorry, from ChatGPT. And now we're going to find out if it's too long or if it will take it, or I might have to cut it down. But let's see what happens when I just put it in there. So as you can see, I posted it into gamma.app. Here it is. And it looks like it's taking the whole thing. Will it swallow it? Let's find out if it'll digest it or if I need to edit it. So I'm going to go to the next step and I'm going to hit return. I'm going to click on it and I'm hitting return. And now it says generate. So let me explain something that you're going to see in what I've been calling a modern media miracle right before your eyes. And what I love about Gamma is such a great way to demonstrate. And this is, let me go off on a quick training, and that is what's beautiful about using ChatGPT, even if you have an imposter syndrome, even if you don't believe you are worthy, ChatGPT doesn't care if you're worthy. It will work for anybody. It will do the work. ChatGPT just works. It knows media. It understands marketing. Even if you don't, it does. And so you don't have to be worthy. You only have to be willing. Okay. And so right now I am ready, willing, and able. And I want to show you how it creates the virtual version of the AI Super Campus. So we have a physical location in Lafayette, but I want to show you how we can generate almost instantly a virtual high-rise building. So let's use it as a metaphor. Think of the sales tower, a Salesforce tower in San Francisco, a high-rise, an actual high-rise building that cost over $1 billion. We're going to create a virtual substitute of the high-rise building as a virtual high-rise for the AI Super Campus. Here we go. Now, this is taking what I call an AI minute because things get sped up with AI and it is cooking up kind connections to become an AI activated media messenger using AI as the great equalizer. So it's going to create, look over there on the left, it's creating 12 stories, which is a nice way to look at it because it's all about creating stories, narrative storytelling, origin storytelling for jobs, for businesses, for networking, really for anything. So this is how fast. Now imagine this as a PDF for your first course on the Great Discovery platform, and I'll give you the key to that. So we're gonna start here in the first floor, which is right here, ready to become an AI activated media messenger. So that's a course that I have already created, and I'm going to post this course that I've already created and posted on YouTube. I'm going to put it at the top floor of our virtual high rise. Now, you can see over here the top floor. So what I want to do is I want to welcome people into the first floor of our virtual high rise of the AI Super Campus. And we can take the floors up and I'll go up story by story, but I want to start here. So imagine you walk into a high rise. Let's say you walked into Salesforce, you want to learn more, you walk into the lobby. So this is the first floor and how you can learn. Now, we might have to edit things, and there are things that we can still edit. So we can create buttons, we can try it for free, we can do a lot of different things. You can try a free sample of um, the Gamma app. Okay, so let's see what happens as we move up floor by floor, story by story of the high rise. So serving your message from local to global. That's absolutely true. And that's why I promote love local networking or bridging the divide with AI enhanced kindness. So kindness is a really important word because it bridges the great divide that is separating so many people. AI doesn't care if you're worthy. AI doesn't care what your political opinions are or your religious beliefs are. It just doesn't care. So business networking is the secret sauce for your idea incubator, your origin story to fine tune it and test it on different people. Let's say this lovely redheaded lady here presenting to two business networkers is testing her presentation to get their reaction so that she can fine tune it. So learning the recipe, I love that. And this just came up today. This is brand new. You're watching me learn right along with you. What does it say? Culinary Horizons. Okay, that's a cool name. So learning recipes every step of the way. So let's look at this as starting a cooking show about cooking up courses for the Great Discovery platform. And please give me your feedback, good, bad, or ugly. I don't care. I can take it in and adjust accordingly from your feedback. That's what fine tuning is all about. I want to help you develop your own AI media messenger toolkit to help you become an AI media messenger. And this is it. Look at this. This is a great visual. That's the beauty of Gamma. It creates its own visuals right on the spot to cross the great divide, to come together in the middle, building this bridge of networking. No matter how far we feel like we are apart, we can really bridge this great divide with AI communication powered AI powered communication. So as you can see, I'm using the Gamma as my what every broadcaster uses, a teleprompter. I'm reading it and it is giving me cues as I'm creating a course about creating courses and the course that I already created, which I will be posting right here. Now, let me show you this. You can add anything. I can take the YouTube video that I've already created and I can post it right here. I just come over here on the right, and these are the things that I can create. I can add graphics, I can add images, I can add videos, I can add and embed web pages. I can do so many different things right over here. So this is why I love using Gamma. And I'm going to pause now because I'm doing a recording. I want to make this as effective for you as possible and make it as easy for me to edit as I need to. So I'm going to pause for a second, get kind of reoriented for the next leg of the course. Okay, here we are on the next leg of the course, and this is my AI Super Campus YouTube channels. And I love local networking, so I use this really for local networking primarily. I have to be honest with you. I know that getting traction on YouTube is very, very difficult. So that's not one of my first priorities by any stretch of the imagination. I do have over 50,000 followers on Instagram, and I use the function of YouTube, even though I don't have a huge following on YouTube. That's okay with me. It doesn't matter to me at all. I can use courses for local networking. That's what I really cared about, and that's where my heart is uh, to learning, helping people. Okay, now this is a message, and I'm going to share some of this message to show you where we are heading to use my ChatGPT to empower my AI co-hosts to help me communicate. So even if you don't want to be on the air and you do want to communicate with a podcast, I'm going to give you a little sample of where we're going with a future step of this recipe, step by step, to create AI co-host. And I'll give you a little sample of it right now. This video is what I'm here because this video is what I'm going to post at the top of the PDF course that we are creating for the Great Discovery right now. So here's a little bit of where I'm heading for people who don't want to talk on camera as I'm doing right now. Okay, now I need to optimize it. So let me come up here on Zoom. I go to the share computer sound setting on my Zoom, and I want to share with stereo quality. Okay. Now I'm sharing with stereo quality, so you should be able to hear it on this Zoom recording.
Course idea. It feels amazing. But then somehow you hit these unexpected walls. Things just grind to a halt. That shift from pure excitement to frustration is incredibly common, actually, even for really passionate people. So today on the deep dive, we're really going to explore this whole journey of becoming what's called a media messenger, especially now in the age of AI. We'll look at how to navigate those roadblocks, those things that stop you using some surprisingly powerful and often free AI solutions that you might already have access to.
And the source material for this, well, it comes from a really interesting figure, Mike Hayes. He's got this background as a two-time Peabody Award-winning researcher, a documentarian from NBC TV and radio. But then he shifted into the direct response media world, becoming this American dream creator figure, doing lots of interviews. What's fascinating is how he's now merging that whole life story, that deep media experience, with a really forward-looking vision for AI and business and, well, community growth.
Okay, so our mission today is pretty clear. We want to unpack the keys to, sustained impact and making it work financially as a media messenger. We'll be sharing some surprising facts, some really practical strategies, all coming directly from Mike Hayes' work and insights. Let's get into it.
Okay, that's I'm sharing just a teaser about this video, and I'm going to grab the share button here, and I'm going to capture the embed code right here. So I'm going to copy this. And then I am going to come back over here to Gamma. And I don't mean to jump around, but don't forget, you have the control of the pause button. And maybe you're just listening to this and you want to come back and you want to use this to create your course on the Great Discovery. I'm going to be going through all of the process step by step, but I want to show you how to add a segment. And I've already created a new segment. So I'm going to put the YouTube video, and you don't have to do this. Believe me, you don't have to add a video. You can simply create the PDF and post it right on the Great Discovery as your first course. So I want to get a see here, get the right one, video. Now I come over here to select YouTube, and I can post the embed right in there, and voila, there is my YouTube video on Gamma. So it's pretty simple. As you can see, if you have a YouTube video posted, if you don't worry. You can still use Gamma to create your course. So I'm going to delete this section because I want to pop back in the video section. I didn't mean to create that or delete that section. I wanted to delete this section. So there. Now I'm back. So this is how easy Gamma is to use. It's pretty easy to, make up for your mistakes, and I can edit it. I can use these graphics. To me, this is a great way to create courses for the Great Discovery and for the AI Super Campus. And you can register for free. I'll get rid of this and see all of my courses on YouTube. So you can look at all of these different YouTube videos and courses and shorts and things like that. And you can join me at ChatGPT Networking on Instagram as well. But let's take another pause here. So we'll move to another section of this course for the Great Discovery. Okay, now isn't this a cool visual that Gamma came up with? It created this. This is kind of a virtual version of me. using a computer, almost like cooking up a course. And that's how I would like to help you. And I'm going to create multiple segments for this that you can use right here in your kitchen, wherever you are, because we're not actually cooking, we're cooking up a course. So you can use this to create a course for the Great Discovery. And I'm going to take a pause now because this is for people that don't want to create video. So I'm going to stop here and create a second segment for people who want to create more than just a PDF as their course on the Great Discovery. But I'm going to pause here for people who only want to learn how to better communicate as a media messenger for networking or learning more about how to use ChatGPT to become an AI activated networker or ager or creator or whatever you want to do in your life to use AI to become more AI activated and energized across the full spectrum of AI communications. I'm going to pause now for people who only want to create their first course in the Great Discovery or create a course to share or a message to share. I've showed you a few things to become a media messenger. We'll share more about my media background in ongoing courses and ongoing postings, either on this first course or in multiple courses. So if you go to the AISupercampus.com, register with just your email for free, you can receive updates because AI is always changing. So we'll never be experts at AI because until we become masters of learning how to use AI, because it's going to be an ongoing journey. And I want to be there for you because I want to learn. Where is the money today? How can we make money to make our messaging sustainable? We talk about that right in this course. Why it's important to become a media messenger and why it's important that your message makes money to make it sustainable and how to learn to love local networking. That's really where my passion is. I love local networking. I love my town. We're Lafayette, California. We're celebrating 25 years of Love Lafayette. And it's a beautiful thing to share and to celebrate the people who love my hometown, Lafayette, and to celebrate the people who love your community or your hometown, wherever you are. So this is part one of the cooking up a course for the Great Discovery platform or for your local business networking events or for the free AI Super Campus. So let's keep the conversation going. But for now, Ron, this will give you plenty of things to do to create your um, origin story. And I'm going to be sharing more about my buddy Ron Horry from FinFit Life. He is an insurance agent. We've been working together for a long, long time. And he helps me and I help him because we're networkers and we learn from each other. And that's what I want to encourage you to do, to learn from really wonderful people like Ron Horry of FinFit Life. Hopefully you're learning something from me, but I want to learn from you and other people. I want you to join us or feel free to join us. Or if you don't want to join us, you don't have to. You can learn more about networking and AI on the go just by listening to this. I created this as a podcast for listening. So this whole thing is all about audio and AI audibles, as I call them, just like a coach calling in AI audibles. So don't forget, you can push pause. You're in control. When you have media like this, you can fast forward. You can listen to it on the go. You can come back and watch it. You can watch it at your leisure. That's what podcast listening is all about, is being able to have complete control and what I call alternative independence, so that you learn to be independent in your own way for your mission, your vision, your purpose in life to do whatever it is you want to do. So enough about that for step one on cooking up courses, and I look forward to continuing the conversation.